Boss bitch, for sure. You're not listening to the Mind of an Antares Move. I'm the Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And I want to talk about today's energy, so if you are deciding to go out, you can be safe on a Saturday night. You know what I'm saying? Because there may even be intentions of a lot of checkpoints and things of that nature wherever you're deciding to go. So be careful of that, because we have an alignment that kind of participates in that energy signature. Because what's actually going on? Today, the moon is in Gemini, but also, Mars is in Aquarius. So this is a trine. Anytime we have a trine alignment between two planets, that is a gift. So they actually are experiencing the same energy signatures just from their own point of view. So when you got the moon is immutable air. So it is experiencing the air realm of reality, which is thinking, communicating, and analyzing from its own point of view, which is being mobile, mobility. You know what I'm saying, and being mutable. Now, when you talk about Aquarius, this is fixed air. So Mars is in a state right now where it is understanding the air quality in its perception, aka a fixated way. So it's having its own fixated way and wanting to stay in its own position based upon how it perceived the realm of reality of thinking, communicating, and analyzing, and conversation, and ideas and things of that nature that's dealing with the air and transportation within the mind, aka your spaceship. You know what I'm saying? So when we talk about this gift right now, this is the gift that they Mars and the moon is having right now. They're sharing a space, and they're sharing a space, but they're two different shapes and forms. So they got their own perspective, aka the modality that they are in. Now, for the most part, since that's the overall energy and you're up under that, which you want to call understanding or overstanding of things of that nature, then you need to know this is the energy wave that you're going to be hit with conscious wise. So this is what we're going to be experiencing in our current affairs. So keep this in mind also. Now, when you're experiencing this trine from the moon and Mars, now Mars is kind of in a more debilitated state than the moon per se, because Mars is actually being angled in a square kind of angle with a bunch of the other stars right now, because a bunch of the other stars is in Scorpio. So Mars still dealing with, it's kind of retarded right now. It's kind of, or it got a lot of responsibilities, or it can't fully experience the way it truly wants to, based upon all the other energies going against it in a negative kind of angle. So it's being misunderstood right now. It's going through a learning process, but it's having a breath of fresh air because it's having a partner right now, and the partner is the moon, and the partner is dealing with connection, and the moon is dealing with connection, foundation, what feels familiar, memory, ties, vibes, vibrations, and emotions. So right now, the Mars gets to react to a similar vibe right now, and then vice versa. The moon gets to connect with aggression, passion, motivation, and desires right now. So don't be surprised right now if you are around others at the moment who may react and respond to things aggressively, because they naturally going to have that energy signature pushed onto them, because that's the natural alignment right now. We got Mars trining the moon, which at its most basic state, the energy signature plays out as reacting and responding aggressively or anger wise. That'll be the negative masculine polar shift of Mars, or the moon to tap into it like this on the feminine nature of it. On the receiving end, you will find yourself reacting and responding to all things that's dealing with intent, willpower, passion, motivations, and desires, such as yourself or other people's desires or passions, or their motivations, or their motives, or their intentions, or with their true alternative motives and things of that nature. You see what I'm saying? Their intent. So that would be the feminine side, because when you have desires, that's coming from your inside, your internal. Nobody know your passion until you express it, and when you express it, that's your ability to use the masculine side of Mars to let it be shown, or to transform a circumstance in your life based upon that idea that you have desired that came internally wise first, aka the feminine version of Mars. So right now this is the moon, so everybody is participating in the energy signature of reacting and responding to the negative side, which is anger or aggression, or if they're washed up with the currency, or people reacting and responding to, passion, motivation, and desires. Now, the way that's going to be constructed is where these two signs is at. So the way the moon and Mars is aligning each other, you're going to find yourself reacting and responding to anger, aggression, or intent, willpower, passion, and motivation, backed and supported by fixed air things, being fixated on its own way of thinking, communicating, which could be stubbornness or consistency, So stubbornness, consistency, thinking, communicating, a fixated way of thinking, communicating, you know what I'm saying, and new information or technology is going to be expressed in an aggressive or angry way, or a way that's dealing with passion. People are utilizing technology or information or unique ways of communicating to push out their passion, intent, motivation, desires in some type of way. Now, you know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. Now, this is the actual energy everybody has going on. So the way people are reacting to these things are in ways of information, being curious. So you are reacting to curiosity right now, and curiosity of information, instructions, mutable ways of thinking, seeing how multiple people ways of thinking and how they construct. Because all mutable signs come to a broad perspective. They just come to a broad perspective in their own relative position. You know what I'm saying? Air, mutable is Gemini, being mutable and being able to adapt to his own or other people's ways of thinking and communicating. So this is what makes Geminis be able to come to a broad perspective on how people are supposed to communicate and think in general in a broad perspective. So they're able to take a broad perspective of ideas and come with an overall perspective of it. Same way with the fire, that'd be Sagittarius. The mutable, being able to adapt to his own or other people's ways of seeing and feeling about the world. So they're able to see how other people see and feel about things and be mutable and come to a broad perspective on how you're supposed to see and feel about things in general. Water, that's Pisces. Mutable water would be Pisces. This is a person who is mutable and being able to adapt to their own or other people's ways of dealing with the emotions and feelings. So they can, they're like chameleons. They can understand and absorb other people's vibrations and then come to a broad conclusion on how you're supposed to feel and deal with your emotions in general. That would be a wise Pisces. And then you have Earth, which will be Virgo, being mutable and being able to adapt to your own or other people's ways of thinking and being practical. So they like to see how other people get things working and how other people make sense out of things in their lives and come to a broad conclusion on how things work in general. And you know what I'm saying? And then that's what make mutable signs all come to broad conclusions. This will make fixed signs all stay help something stay formulated long enough to see the fruition of it, and this will help all cardinal signs, and not help, and this will all cardinal signs do. They all initiate the new idea, the spark, and the new imagination of something of the relative element. So that's what you need to understand. They all got their set duty and how they play out. So you know, cardinal signs push in the new thought and idea, then they're done with it. So they draw out the blueprint of their element. So water, Cancers will be the wave. Libra, air will be the pressure, forceful air. You know what I'm saying? Just coming in, so relate like one-on-one type basis also. Pressure pipe or just this forceful air coming in. You know what I'm saying? Fire will be the electricity. That'll be Aries. You know what I'm saying? Capricorn will be the blueprint, the structure, just the drawing out before he even took fruition. So this will play the boss, pointing fingers. Here, this where this go, this where this go. Fourth, fifth, and sixth dimensional wise. And you got the fixed signs. They all keep things correlated. You know what I'm saying? This will be what you can see from the things, the shape and form, the things that take place in the third dimension of these elements. The representation that you can see third dimensional wise. So when you see Taurus, Earth, that is the building, that is the rock, that is the foundation of the building after it been a blueprint. You see what I'm saying? So that is the patience, that is the structure, that is what can't be moved, that is what can't be budged. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Scorpio, that is the ice, or that is the bubble of waters that's way deep in the ocean and shit like that. That is the deep, heavy, sustained water, the subtle water that ain't moving, ain't got no flow to it. So the emotions and feelings ain't being expressed freely. You know what I'm saying? You got fire, that is Leo, that is the campfire. You know what I'm saying? That is the flames you can actually see on your stove. That is the flame you can actually see that you could be like, oh, that's a fire. You know what I'm saying? And the representation of it and things of that nature. And then you have motherfucking Aquarius. That'd be like the fog. That is the air. That is smugly. You know what I'm saying? That is its own unique air separated from all the other air. AKA if it's one house on fire, all the smoke and shit that's coming from that house ain't the same as coming from the other motherfucking houses. So that house at the time, that house is unique and original to all the other houses. And it could and you can't have one without the other. For something to be unique and original, it would have to change and rebel and oppose against something that's previously there. So if it get too unique and original, it might just start transforming and changing and rebelling and opposing the shit that is around. AKA start burning down the houses that is around. So this is what you need to understand. And me getting into all this kind of mental concepts and things of that nature, I'm kind of aggressively doing it because I'm reacting and responding to new information and concepts and new ways of and new mobile ways of how to analyze things, and then I'm passionately putting it out due to technology or due to information or due to my own unique way of communicating and analyzing things. AKA, I just broke down how I'm relating with my own natal alignment with motherfucking the moon being in Gemini and the Mars being in Aquarius. Y'all see how that motherfucking shit work? You know what I'm saying? So that's what the energies is today, right now. If you decide to go out, and it's gonna be like that for the rest of the night. So keep that in motherfucking mind. So like I said, everybody's going to be reacting and responding to being mobile, communicating, analyzing, being curious. You know what I'm saying? So based upon how low you're vibrating or what people, places, and things you are around, that's going to be back and supported by the shit you're going to be curious about. So you're going to be reacting and responding to some low vibrational ass shit that you want to gossip about and things of that nature. But that's another thing right now. Like I said, all the planets is in the like the sun. When the sun is in the 8th house, what you consciously are aware of is going to be behind the scenes type things. This is why even Halloween is in this time of the year, because you're actually, the light is being put on the dead, actually have died or things of that nature. And you know, spirits 4th, 5th, and 6th dimensional wise, what shapes and forms they like to take there and how they are alive there. So based upon the ideas and concepts, aka the costumes that you dress up in down here, you actually giving more life to the shapes and forms, making them feel good about themselves as far as them being spirits in the bodies that they are in the 4th, 5th, and 6th dimension, based upon what they was attached to in the 3rd dimension and the ideas that they have drained and gained down and rained down on y'all to make y'all think that these ideas or concepts is solidified in your life in some way, shape, or form. So that's what it goes deep into a lot of different scenarios, but I don't even want to get into that kind of concept of a video right now, because this is just about the energies that we are experiencing now. So for the most part, like I said, and vice versa, Mars is also just not the moon, or it's just not the moon trining Mars. It's also, and vice versa, also Mars trining the moon. So you're gonna feel this extra sense of your intent, willpower, passion, motivation, and desires. You're gonna feel this sense of reacting to these things now. You're gonna feel yourself reacting and responding to the things that motivate you. To just think about it. If you might have natural alignments, or you may go through certain transits throughout the days that don't make you feel the necessary need that you should react and respond to what you desire at the moment, because you may be around other people, or you may have certain responsibilities and things of that nature that may not necessarily back and support what you're actually desiring to do at the moment. So you have to put that on the back burner until the weekend or something like that. But see, right now it's not like that. Right now you're gonna feel the need. You're gonna feel this sense of needing to react and respond and actually make your state of being a part of what you desire. And anybody who plays as a roadblockage to you getting to that state of being is going to play out as the opposite side of Mars. The masculine side of Mars, and you might use your aggression or anger or something like that to transform that person, place, or thing in front of you that's stopping you from receiving the feminine side of Mars, which is your intent, willpower, passion, motivations, and desires. Now, I told you these are coming in the forms of communication, analyzing, new, being curious, instructions, and also new technology or computers or social media and things of that nature. All things dealing with the air realm of reality, and it's hitting you in a mutable and a fixed way. So it's going to be unique and original, but in a way that you still be able to understand and apply it to yourself. So that's how it's coming. So be aware of that, and that's the actual energies that's going on right now, today, just now. Flight boss, bitch, goddamn air.